Hola clase! This is lesson 14 of Spanish 1A, first semester beginning level Spanish. And the story today is The Substitute Teacher. It's about a girl who fixes up her math teacher with the new substitute teacher. Ashley va a la clase de matemáticas. La profesora de la clase de matemáticas se llama la señora Chucklefanny. La señora Chucklefanny les grita mucho a los estudiantes. ¡Clase! ¡No hablen! Ashley le dice a su compañero de la clase, la señora Chucklefanny no está muy feliz. Después de la clase de matemáticas, Ashley va a la clase de literatura. En la clase de literatura hay un profesor sustituto. Él le dice a la clase, bueno clase, yo soy el señor Barfunker. Ashley tiene una idea. Después de la clase, Ashley le dice al señor Barfunker, señor Barfunker, vamos a la clase de matemáticas, ¿sí? Ellos van. El señor Barfunker ve a la señora Chucklefanny. La señora Chucklefanny ve al señor Barfunker. Ashley le dice, él es el señor Barfunker. La señora Chucklefanny le dice, encantada, señor. Ashley le dice, y ella es la señora Chucklefanny. El señor Barfunker le dice, igualmente, señora. Ashley está muy feliz. At the end of today's lesson, you're going to be able to understand everything I just said. Plus, read it, write it, and say it. Let's look at the objectives. First, I'm going to teach you a new set of vocab. We're going to use the vocab to learn the story about Ashley, and then we're going to have a question and answer practice in Spanish. We're going to practice writing some fun conversations in Spanish. Then you're going to lee y traduce, read and translate, and then check it with me to see how well you did. La gramática de hoy is on the seasons of the year, las estaciones, and AR verbs. Then el quiz on the vocab and grammar to see how well you understood it. So, grab your workbook and let's get started. We are in Jalen Waltman's Complete Spanish Course 1A, first semester beginning Spanish workbook. Lesson 14 looks like this. New vocab list. Él es el señor. This is a way of introducing someone. He is Mr. somebody. In Spanish, you need an L before señor usually, and you need a la in front of señora. Not just él es señor, but él es el señor. He is the Mr. It's a little bit more formal. There are a few situations where you won't see that, but we'll get to that later. Right now, think about putting in el señor and la señora. Ella es la señora. She is Mrs. So-and-so. He is Mr. So-and-so, she is Mrs. So-and-so. If the person you're introducing isn't a Mr. or Mrs., then you can just say, él es Joe. Ella es Sue. Mucho gusto. Mucho gusto. Let's translate it. Nice to meet you. Literally, much pleasure. Much like. Igualmente. Literally, this means equally. Let's translate it likewise. Literally, it means equally. You're going to see the word igual in other situations, and it means equal. Encantado or encantada also means nice to meet you. Literally enchanted. It's kind of old school in English, but there is such a thing as saying charmed, I'm sure. So encantado or encantada reminds me of that. Like I'm charmed to meet you. ¿Quiere ir al cine conmigo? Quiere ir, there's no S, so I can tell this is a formal, you're asking a formal person. Do you want to go, ir means to go, to the movies or the cinema with me? Conmigo means with me, and it's all one word in Spanish. I could also say, quiere ir usted al cine conmigo? You could throw an usted in there. And if you want to ask someone who's a two-person, if they want to go do something, that would be quieres with an S. Quieres ir to whatever. Okay, let's write and draw. Él es el señor so-and-so. So here's going to be a girl. Introducing a man. Here's his tie. To a lady. She's the one doing the talking. Él es el señor so-and-so. Ella es la señora so-and-so. I'm going to do the same picture, but flip it around. And let's put it down here. So, same girl. Now she's pointing out the lady to him. I just thought of a way to make this look a little bit better. I'm going to put an arrow pointing at him. She's talking about him, and here she's talking about her. So, él es el señor so-and-so, and ella es la señora so-and-so. Let's just put in some names here. This is going to be Mr. Smith and Mrs. Jones. Él es el señor Smith, ella es la señora Jones. I'm going to write that up here so I can remember. Mucho gusto. Nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. So I've got two different ways to say nice to meet you. So I've got to make them look different. One, it's nice to meet you. It's going to be my lady. Shaking hands with him. You always have to give him a nose if you want him to look right. Here's his tie. Okay, let me get some legs going here. Okay, so he's shaking hands. Nice to meet you. Happy to meet you. This will be mucho gusto. Mucho gusto. Now, igualmente is his answer back. So his answer back is going to be up here. That means likewise. Give her some heart lips. Okay, likewise is going to be ditto marks. Hopefully you know what those are. So she says mucho gusto. He says igualmente. Equally. Same. Now I need encantado or encantada. This is someone who's enchanted to meet you. So it's going to be her again. But now she's going to be enchanted. So I'm going to do hands like this. And I think what I'm going to do is make this her speech bubble. A happier face and some hearts. So this will be encantada. ¿Quiere ir al cine conmigo? Would you like to or do you want to go to the movies with me? Okay, we'll make him ask. And in his speech bubble, we'll put the cine. Couple of movie posters. Okay, so this is going to be ¿Quiere ir al cine conmigo? Let's cover up the vocab at the top so we can learn these words. Point to the picture you think I'm saying in Spanish. Él es el señor Smith. Él es el señor Smith. That's this one. He is Mr. Smith. She's introducing the man. Él es el señor Smith. Ella es la señora Jones. Ella es la señora Jones. That's this one. She is Mrs. Jones. She's introducing this woman. Ella es. Mucho gusto. Mucho gusto. Mucho gusto is going to be just this one. Mucho gusto. She's happy to meet him. Nice to meet you. Igualmente. Igualmente. Igualmente is this one. It's the ditto marks. He's also happy to meet her. Equally happy to meet her. Igualmente. Encantada. Encantada. Encantada is going to be this one. She's enchanted to meet him. It's also a way of saying nice to meet you. Encantada. ¿Quiere ir al cine conmigo? ¿Quiere ir al cine conmigo? Would you like to go to the movies with me? That's this one. Okay, try to stay ahead of the green arrow. Encantada. Él es el señor Smith. Ella es la señora Jones. Mucho gusto. Igualmente. ¿Quiere ir al cine conmigo? Encantada. Mucho gusto. Igualmente. Ella es la señora Jones. Él es el señor Smith. Encantada. Igualmente. Ella es la señora Jones. ¿Quiere ir al cine conmigo? Él es el señor Smith. Mucho gusto. Igualmente. ¿Quiere ir al cine conmigo? Muy bien. Okay, let's write the words under the pictures. He is Mr. He, how do you say it? L, what does it need? Accent mark on this E. S, L, Señor. If you were writing out Señor, it would be like that. The abbreviation is this. Likewise, igual, igual means equal, igualmente means likewise. Enchanted, really nice to meet you. Encantada. And if a man is saying it, he would say encantado because he's describing himself as enchanted. Nice to meet you. Much like or much pleasure. Mucho gusto. This is your more normal response when you meet somebody. Way more common and a little bit more neutral than encantada. Do you want to go to the movies with me, ma'am? Okay, so do you want to? Quiere. No S because he's talking to an usted. He's addressing her as usted. Quiere ir, to go, al, to the, cine, the cinema, with me, all one word, conmigo. Question mark. She is Mrs. Jones. She, how do you say it? Ella es la, we're going to put a la in front of señora. And if you're writing out señora, it's like that. And if you want to abbreviate it, the abbreviation is this. Hay una chica. La chica se llama Ashley. Ashley va a la clase de matemáticas. La profesora de la clase de matemáticas se llama señora Chacofani. La señora Chacofani le grita a la clase mucho. Grita, clase, no hablen. Ashley le dice a un compañero de la clase, la señora Chacofani no está feliz. Ashley va a la clase de literatura. Hay un profesor sustituto en la clase. El profesor le dice a la clase, hola clase, yo soy el señor Barfunker. Ashley tiene una idea. Después de la clase, Ashley le dice, señor Barfunker, vamos a la clase de matemáticas. Ellos se van. Entran en la clase de la señora Chacofani. Ashley le dice a la señora Chacofani, él es el señor Barfunker. Ashley le dice al señor Barfunker, y ella es la señora Chacofani. La señora Chacofani ve al señor Barfunker. Ella le dice, encantada, señor. El señor Barfunker le dice, igualmente, señora. El señor Barfunker le pregunta, ¿quiere ir al cine conmigo a ver una película de aventuras? La señora Chacofani le dice, sí, guapo. El señor Barfunker le dice, hasta pronto, bonita. Ashley está contenta. Fin. Okay, let's write the story. El cuento del profesor sustituto. There's a girl whose name is Ashley. Ashley goes to math class. Ashley va a la clase de matemáticas. Matemáticas, it has an accent mark on this A right here. The teacher of the math class is Mrs. Chacofani. she yells at the students a lot. La señora Chuckle Fanny, we'll just abbreviate her like that, le grita a la clase. Upside down exclamation point. No hablen. Don't talk, all of you. It has an N on the end because it's all of you don't talk. Also, it's EN because if you're commanding a group of ustedes, which to her, the students would be ustedes, then the negative command changes to the opposite letter, E. We're not on formal commands yet, but just explaining why things are the way they are. Ashley says to her classmate, Mrs. Chuckle Fanny isn't happy. Ashley le dice a classmate in Spanish is a companion, compañero. La señora Chuckle Fanny isn't happy. No está feliz. Feliz is another way to say contenta. Ashley goes to literature class. Ashley va a la clase de literatura. There's a substitute teacher, and he introduces himself to the class, and she gets an idea. El profesor sustituto le dice soy el señor Barfunker. We're going to abbreviate like that. Ashley has an idea. Ashley, how do you say has? It starts with a T. Tiene una idea. Ashley takes him to math class and introduces him to Mrs. Chuckle Fanny. Let's say they enter. Entran, they enter with an N. La clase de matemáticas. Matemáticas has an accent mark on that A. He is Mr. Barfunker. Él es el señor Barfunker. Then she introduces Mrs. Chuckle Fanny. How do you say it? She is ella es la señora Chuckle Fanny. La señora Chuckle Fanny says enchanted. La señora Chuckle Fanny le dice, how do you say enchanted? Enchanted to meet you. And she's female, so we want encantada. Here he's going to say equally, do you want to go to the movies with me? El señor Barfunker le dice, how do you say equally or likewise? Igualmente. Would you like to go or do you want to go? Upside down question mark, and then how do you say do you want? Quiere to go, ir, al, how do you say movies or cinema? Cine, all one word with me, conmigo. preguntas. ¿Cómo se llama la muchacha? ¿Cómo se llama la muchacha, clase? La estudiante. Se llama Ashley. Número 2. ¿Dónde está la muchacha? ¿Dónde está, clase? ¿Está en su casa? No. Está en la escuela. Está en la escuela. Número 3. ¿Cómo es la profesora? ¿Cómo es la profesora? What is she like? Ella es seria. She's serious. Número 4. ¿A dónde va la estudiante? Where does she go after math class? Va a la clase de... What class does she go to? Literatura. Número 5. ¿Qué le dice la chica al profesor sustituto? What does the girl say to the substitute teacher? She says, ella es, what do I need? I need la señora Chucklefanny. Número 6. ¿Qué le dice la chica a la profesora? What does the girl say to the female teacher, la profesora? He is Mr. Barfhonker, so él es el señor Barfhonker. I got these names from a name generator, by the way. I looked up funny name generator and it gave me those two names. This was years ago. Número 7. ¿Qué le dice el profesor sustituto a la profesora de matemáticas? What does he say to her? He says to her, igualmente, likewise. Número 8. ¿Qué le dice la profesora al profesor sustituto? She says, I'm enchanted to meet you. How do you say it? Encantada. Not just mucho gusto, encantada. I should have made this question first because they're out of order, but you get the idea. Número 9. ¿Qué le pregunta el profesor sustituto a la profesora? What does he ask? What does the substitute teacher ask the teacher, the female teacher? Do you want to go to the movies with me? How do you say it? ¿Quiere ir al cine with me? What is it? All one word. Conmigo. Oh, I need a upside down question mark over here too. Número 10. ¿Está la estudiante contenta al final? Is the student happy at the end? Why, yes. Sí. Está contenta. Número 11. ¿Por qué? Why? Why is she happy? ¿Por qué? La señora Chucklefanny is happy. Está feliz. Número 12. ¿Quién es tu personaje favorito en el cuento? Who is your favorite character? Mi personaje favorito es, you can say whoever you want. I'm going to say Ashley. Props to Ashley for having good ideas. Conversaciones. Choose 2 or more characters, draw them, and write their conversation in the bubbles. What I have here is a cup with the characters from some of my stories written on pieces of paper, and I'm going to randomly draw 2 characters, and we're going to make a conversation between them on this paper. All right. First conversation is going to be between Judy That's the girl who was looking for a guy on the internet, the redhead. And Mike. Mike is the guy who talks a lot. Okay, let's put them here. I'm going to have Mike first. What would Mike say to Judy? Mike talks a lot, so Mike is going to say, "Hola, Judy. ¿Te gusta pizza? ¿Te gusta..." Oh, I need upside down question marks too. "Te gusta Kermit? ¿Te gusta el cine?" Okay, over here I'm going to have Judy. Now, Judy, she's kind of picky. She's kind of picky about her guys. So she's going to be kind of like, ugh. I think Judy's just going to bolt on him. How do you say bye? Adios. Okay, my second set of characters are Biff, the athletic guy that doles out suspicious vitamins to his friends, and Ashley. Okay, so far I'm getting guy and girl. That's good. Okay, so Ashley is the girl that fixed up the substitute teacher. All right, so here's Biff. Square jaw. Thick neck. Muscles. And here's his muscle shirt. All right, so Biff, he is going to say, "Do you like my muscles?" That's going to be "Te gustan mis músculos?" Musculus has an accent mark on that U. And here's Ashley. Ashley is going to say, "They're awesome." Upside down exclamation point. Son, do you remember awesome? Fenomenal. Now, plural muscles, I need son fenomenales. All right, our third set of characters. Roger el Romantico. El Señor Barfonker, the substitute teacher. Okay, I'm going to have El Señor Barfonker first. So he's right here. Here's his hair, here's his glasses. He is going to ask Roger for ideas for his date with Mrs. Chucklefanny. So he's going to say, "I want to be romantic." How do you say I want? Quiero with an O means I want. Ser, and then how do you say romantic? Romántico. And then he's just going to say, how? How? Como? Como has an accent mark on the O. Here's Roger. Gonna do the hat, the feather. He's thinking, and then he's going to answer something. So he's thinking, okay, he's thinking this. He's thinking about Mrs. Doubtfire. And he says, what are some of the things Roger has that are romantic? Flowers, how do you say it? Flores. He also has what? Música. And love. Y amor. Okay, my last set of characters. Mrs. Doubtfire talking to Bingo. All right, so I'm gonna have Bingo over here first. There's Bingo. And Bingo, let me see here. His favorite thing is what's up. How do you say what's up? K, accent mark on the E, and then what's the other word? It starts with the T, tal. And then he's gonna say, do you want to go to Spaceburger? Do you want to, and this is an usted he's gonna be talking to, quiere, to go, what is it? Ir, a, Spaceburger. Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire is going to say, I already have a date with Roger. All right. No. Porque. Because I have is tango. Planes. No, porque tengo planes. Pero. Llámame. But call me. Lee y traduce. Read this story and write the English translation under the Spanish line by line. This story is from the point of view of La Señora Chucklefanny. The title is Yo soy la profesora de matemáticas. I am the teacher of math. I'm the math teacher. Hi, I'm Mrs. Chucklefanny, blah, blah, blah. All right, you can abbreviate her name, CF. Norman High School can be NHS. Ashley can be A. Barfunker, BH. And that's all you have. Go ahead and pause the video and translate the story. Go. Okay, we're back. Let's see how you did. Hi, I'm Mrs. Chucklefanny. I am, you don't always have to have the yo there. You can just have soy because soy could only be yo, so yo is optional. I am the teacher of math at Norman High School. I am super bonita, super pretty. athletic, and funny. This is her opinion of herself. My students like much, they really like my class in the fall and in the spring. Otoño means autumn. And primavera means spring. These are 2 vocab words that are going to be in our grammar lesson today. So sorry I sprung them on you a little bit too soon. Tengo una estudiante. Okay, I have a student whose name is Ashley. Ashley is my favorite student because she's intelligent and serious. One day, Ashley comes in my class with a Mr. or a man, you could say here. The man or the Mr. is very handsome. I think, this means I think, ay, 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 which is like saying, oh my gosh, que guapo, how handsome. Ashley me presenta al señor. Me presenta means introduces me to this man, presents me to this man, and says, she is Mrs. Chucklefanny. He looks at me, él me mira, he looks at me with eyes of an angel. Ay, 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 how incredible. Oh my gosh, how incredible. Ashley le presenta a mí. Ashley presents him to me and says to me, he is Mr. Barfhonker. What a sexy name. Que nombre tan sexy means what a sexy name. I say to him, enchanted, sir. He says to me, likewise, ma'am. He asks me, quiere ir? Okay, so do you want to go to the movies with me? Estoy muy feliz. I am. Estoy means I am. Very happy. I say, yes, handsome. Mr. Barfhonker says to me, until soon, beautiful or pretty. And this could also be, see you soon. Suddenly, Ashley vomits on the floor. The poor thing. I'm going to see an adventure movie with the handsome Mr. Barfhonker tonight at 7:30. And I'm very, very happy. Thanks, Ashley. This detail about her throwing up on the floor, this was how I originally wrote this skit. The skit was that Ashley had the idea to put them together, but then when they were all googly-eyed, it made her sick. La gramática, seasons of the year in Spanish. Let's make a list of the names of the seasons so you can talk about them in Spanish. Las estaciones, estaciones means seasons, the stations. It's related to our word state or status, the state of something, the state that it's in, or the status. La primavera means spring. El verano is summer. El otoño, fall, autumn. And el invierno, winter. Now, here's how you can hopefully remember these. La primavera, it's primary or first. El verano, it is very hot in verano. El otoño sort of looks like October or autumn. And invierno is the inverse of verano. So this vierno reminds me of verano, so you have the invierno. You have verano, summer, and then inverse of it, the reverse of it, winter. Preguntas. Número 1. ¿Cuál es tu estación favorita? What is your favorite season? Mi estación favorita es la primavera. You can answer whichever one you like. I like spring. Número 2, ¿por qué? ¿Por qué? Me gustan, I like, las flores. So if you like summer, you can say what you like about summer. No hay clases. Me gusta el sol. Sol means sun. If you like fall, you could say, porque me gustan los deportes. We have all the fall sports. Or I like the trees. Trees are árboles. And then if you like winter, maybe you like winter because of la nieve. Nieve means snow. Or if you like the cold, frío. I like the cold. Número 3. ¿En cuál estación ocurre la Navidad? In which season occurs or happens Christmas? Navidad means Christmas. La Navidad, I'm going to capitalize because it's a proper name of a holiday. Ocurre en ¿cuál clase? ¿Cuál estación? En el invierno. Número 4. ¿En cuál estación ocurre el Día de Gracias de los EEUU? In which season happens the Day of Thanks of the United States? United States is abbreviated EEUU in Spanish. The states, estados that are united, unidos. El Día de Gracias ocurre en ¿cuál estación, clase? ¿Cuál? En el otoño. Número 5. ¿En cuál estación ocurre el Día de Independencia de los EEUU? In which season occurs the Day of Independence of the U.S.? Okay. El Día de Independencia ocurre en 4th of July. So what season is that? El verano or invierno? Verano. Very glad it's verano. Número 6. ¿En cuál estación ocurre el Día de San Valentín? Día de San Valentín, Day of Saint Valentine. El Día de San Valentín. Accent mark on this I. Ocurre en, it happens in the spring, the primary season, the first season. La primavera. Más gramática, los verbos. Conjugating regular verbs in Spanish, AR verbs. Okay, if you have an AR verb, here's what I mean by that. An AR verb, an example of that would be hablar, or what's another one? Caminar. These are AR verbs because they end in AR. So if you have an AR verb and you're going to conjugate it, conjugating means taking this root verb and then making it match all the different people that do the action. So we have to change the ending on the verb to make it match grammatically, okay? If you're conjugating regular verbs in Spanish and they're AR verbs, if you're conjugating it for yo, then you would take off AR and add an ending. Yo is O. Now, I will give you a tip about yo verbs in present tense. They always end in O or OY. If it's a regular AR verb, then the ending is going to just be O. So you can remember that because yo, O. The ending for to, it's an AR verb, so it's going to be A. And then for to, all the verbs that match to end in an S. So AS. If you're conjugating it for usted, then your ending is without the S, just the A. If it's an AR verb, it'll be just an A. El and ella is always just like usted, just an A. Okay, so these two, always the same. Nosotros and nosotras, it's an AR verb, so I know I'm going to have the A. all of the nosotros and nosotras verbs end in mos, M-O-S. So if it's an AR verb, amos. Ellos and ellas, it's an AR verb, it'll be a, and then these are plural people doing it, so you know that the verb is going to end in an N, so an. Ustedes is always the same as ellos and ellas, an, because this is also plural people performing the action. These two are always going to be the same. These three, I guess you could say, but like él and usted, ellos and ellas and ustedes, they're always the same endings. Vosotros and vosotras, we're throwing this on the tail end here. This is that informal you all in Spain, ice, and it'll have an accent mark on the A. An example of an AR verb, tomar. Tomar, it means to take. Like toma una vitamina, right? This form of the verb, tomar, is called the infinitive. So if you ever hear me or another Spanish teacher talking about the infinitive of the verb in Spanish, it's the form of the verb that has the ending on there, that AR on there. So tomar is the infinitive. Now we're going to take the infinitive and conjugate it. So you would take off AR. If it's yo, then you know it's going to end in O. So I have tom without my AR and then O. Yo tomo. Yo tomo means I take. 2, I have my stem. This is called the stem when you take off AR. And then I'm going to add what? AS. Tu tomas. That means you take. Usted. Here's my stem. Usted, I just need one letter. What is it? Toma. That means you take. But this is formal. Él and ella, always the same as usted. Okay? So, toma. He takes, she takes. So let's do he, she takes. Nosotros and nosotras, the nosotros verbs always end in mos. I know I'm going to have a though because it's an AR verb. So tomamos, it means we take. And nosotros and nosotras, they both mean we take. It's just in Spanish, if you said this one, you know you're talking about we are all females. Ellos and ellas, plural people. So I've got my stem and then toman. It's got to end in an N because plural people take. So these words in English both mean they. They take. We don't have a different they for all females. Ustedes, always the same as ellos and ellas, plus it's plural people, so toman, again, there's the stem, and then here's the ending on it. This means, now, grammatically correct in English would be you take, but it's plural. So you all take. Vosotros and vosotras, we've got our stem, tom, and then I want my ice, tomais. Tomais has an accent mark on that A. This also means you take. It is plural and it is informal. Let's conjugate. We're going to conjugate some more AR verbs to keep practicing. Limpiar, what does it mean? To clean. Limpiar, that's the infinitive. Let's conjugate it to match all these people. Yo. Now, first of all, I've got to take off this AR, and so this is my stem, is limpi. Yo, limpi, and then I need one letter. Yo, the letter is always going to be what? O, if it's regular. There is also OY. Those verbs are considered irregular. So yo is always going to be O or OY. Limpio. Tu always ends in what letter? Tu, and I need two letters. One of them is A because it's an AR verb. What's the other one? S. Tu always ends in S. Usted, now I'm not going to have the S. But what letter do I want? Usted limpia. It's an AR verb. It's going to have an A. Él and ella always the same as usted. Limpia. Now, I call this the basic. I always call that the basic. Your basic verb you probably learned first is this basic form, and then you change it a little bit and add stuff to it. So like for to, you add an S. Usted is the same as the basic. Nosotros always ends in, I have my basic, and then it always ends in what 3 letters? Mos. Limpiamos. Ustedes and ellos and ellas. These ones, they are plural people, more than one person doing it. They always end in an N. But I need my other letter. It's an AR verb. It's going to be an A. And limpian. And ellos and ellas is always the same as ustedes. Limpian. Gritar. It means to yell or scream. This is the infinitive. Let's conjugate it. We're taking off AR. Here's our stem. Yo grit, and then what's the letter? Yo grito. Tú, 2 letters. Gritas with an S. Usted, okay, usted and él and ella. These ones, you could call them the basic. What's the basic? The basic is just the letter A. It's an AR verb, so I know I'm going to have A's. Nosotros, okay, always ends in what 3 letters? Gritamos. Or if you want to think of it as amos, that's fine too. Ustedes, ellos, and ellas. Ustedes. I need another letter. What is it? Gritan. Ellos and ellas. Gritan. Tocar. It means to touch. It can also mean play. It can also mean knock, like knock on the door. So toca la guitarra, play a guitar, or toca means, to literally touch something, and knock on the door is toca la puerta. Okay, pause the video, conjugate this verb, and then we will check it. Okay, we're back. Yo toco. I hope you have yo toco. Tú tocas. Tú tocas. Usted toca, and then él and ella toca. Nosotros or nosotras would both be, always ends in mos, tocamos. Ustedes tocan, ends in an N, plural people, more than one person doing it, and tocan. Now, if you wrote tocaro, then you made this mistake. You didn't take off the AR. So to conjugate it first, take off the AR, then you have your stem, and then you can put those endings on. It's okay if you did that. That's part of the learning phase. Okay, pause the video and do hablar for me. Okay, we're back. Let's check hablar. Hablar, it means to talk. Yo hablo. You would have taken off AR and then put on the O for yo. Tú, okay, I need 2 letters. Hablas. Usted, these are the basic ones. Habla and habla. Nosotros, it's going to be long, and it always ends in mos, so hablamos. Ustedes and ellos and ellas, these 3 versions are always going to be hablan. They always end in an N. Last one, pause the video and conjugate agarrar for me. Okay, we're back. Let's check this one. Agarrar, it means to grab. Yo agarro. Take off AR, put your O on. Tú agarras. Usted agarra. Él and ella agarra. These are the basic. tú always ends in S. Nosotros agarramos. Ustedes, ellos, and ellas agarran always end in N. And agarran. More than one person always ends in N. El quiz. ¿Qué día es hoy? Hoy es jueves. You wave at people on Thursdays. ¿Qué fecha es hoy? Es el 26 de marzo. You have 6 phrases to match up. Pause the video. Go. Okay, we're back. Let's grade it. Número 1. Él es el señor. Letra B. Número 2. Ella es la señora. Letra E. Número 3. Mucho gusto. Mucho gusto. Letra A. Número 4. Igualmente. Igualmente. Letra D. Número 5. Encantado o encantada. Letra F. Número 6. ¿Quiere ir al cine conmigo? Letra C. ¿Todo correcto, clase? Si tienes todo correcto, escribe un 100. Un 100%. Muy bien. Lesson 14, Grammar Quiz. You have 5 things to match up. Pause the video. Go. Okay, we're back. Let's grade it. Número 1, las estaciones. Número 1, letra C. Número 2, la primavera. Letra E. Número 3, el verano. El verano, letra D. Número 4, el otoño. Letra B. Número 5, el invierno. Letra A. ¿Todo correcto, clase? Si tienes todo correcto, dibuja un 100. Un 100%. Excelente. Bonus material, the extra practice that's optional. You're telling the story of El Profesor Sustituto. You are saying it out loud and or writing it. I encourage you to do both. It doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. Just focus on communicating the message because it's the practice that counts. I will see you in the next lesson. Muy bien, clase. You finished Lesson 14 of Spanish 1A, First Semester Beginning Level Spanish. The link to get the workbook is in the description box below. And until next time, nos vemos, clase.